Multiplying 2-digit by 1-digit numbers. What actually happens during regrouping? Now, most teachers show you what to do when you multiply in a problem like 16 times 5, but the explanation is lacking on what you're actually doing, what's actually visually happening. So I set up some base 10 blocks here, a problem for us to see how this actually works. So, as I discussed in class the majority of the time, math works backwards. So this number here works as our anchor for our multiplication problem. The 5 actually goes right to left rather than left to right. Human nature, being American, we always typically go left to right. That's how things work. But unfortunately in math, it's a little backwards. You actually work bottom to top and right to left. So we actually start out by multiplying 6 times 5. That does give us 30. Now the problem is 30 doesn't fit in to one spot because 6 and 5 are only the one spot. So what we do is we actually bring our 3 up top above the 1, and we're going to add that when we do our second multiplication problem. Now that plus 3 is actually represented by 3 of these base 10 blocks, because that stands for 30, because 0 is in the ones place and the 3 gets carried over. That represents your number in your tens place. Now when you multiply 5 by 1, you get 5, and you add 3 to give you your 8. Now that 5 times 1 gives you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 base 10 blocks. So the number that came over, the 3, represents 3 base 10 blocks. The number that stays in the ones column, this place being a 0, would be represented by single blocks if there was any, and the 1 times 5 represents the other 5 base 10 blocks, for a grand total of 8 sets of base 10 blocks, or 8 times 10, which equals 80, and 16 times 5 also equals 80. So this basically breaks down the math problem into tens for you by using the place value. When 6 times 5 is 30, that 0 is in the ones place and the 3 is in the tens place. You add your blue blocks, your 1, 2, 3 of those. When you then go about and do your ones times your tens place with the 5 times 1, that's actually equivalent to 50, or those 5 black marked checks. And then you add your 3 from the first problem and you get 80. And the blocks show you that 8 times 10 is 80, and the problem shows you that 16 times 5 is 80. I hope this helps. It'll work with any type of problem, no matter what digit wants in that ones place. Always make sure you carry that 10 over, and that's what actually happens in regrouping.